Honey. Hey everyone. Today's video, I'd like to talk about combat morale. I think it's a topic lots of people have questions on, so let's try to make it a little bit easier to understand. We'll talk about what is combat morale today and how do you get it. So if you're looking at a report and your combat morale is higher than your opponent's or matches it, you're going to be the one gaining the bonus stats. And what you get is a 10% bonus on your damage for behemoth, aircraft, and heroes. Let's take a look at a report. Up at the top, you can see where it says bonus stats. You can click that and it explains the 10%, and then also explaining combat morale when you click the word combat morale. On this example, the left side's 302, the right side is 204. The left side does win the bonus stats as it indicates. 10% is the base amount, but it could be higher from state event bonuses or obtaining special statues. One of those statues is the Elder Tusker statue. I recently got it. Here it is. It gives a 0.2% extra damage from combat morale stat. And taking a look at the further details, we can also see that at level 2, you get a 0.2% extra damage taken reduction from combat morale stat. And then the max for the extra damage from combat morale stat is at level 9, you get a full 1%. And then just quickly looking at the bonuses, in addition to the other stats it gives, it does reduce skill damage taken. So pretty great statue, but pretty expensive. Now that I have that statue, you can see in my reports now it's 10.2, the bonus I'm getting for combat morale instead of 10% with that extra 0.20. Currently, 700 is the max limit for combat morale. I know. Crazy. Never gonna get that high. And if you thought 700 was high enough, you can actually go higher. With the Generation 2 Tempest arm pieces, there is a possibility to get a stat that increases your cap limit +2 or +3. Pretty useless stat for most of us, as most of us are never going to get to the 700 combat morale. So it doesn't really add any value to our piece. It would for a big mega whale that is maxed out, but very few people apply to that. Most of us will never reach max combat morale, but we can still work on raising it what we can. Remember, our combat morale only needs to be higher than our opponents to get the extra damage buffs. Let's now get into how to raise your combat morale score. Currently in the game, there are 2 ways of doing this. And the first way I'd like to go over is from the Tempest Arms gear. When you craft Tempest Arms, either the Epic or Legendary, you have a chance to get a combat morale stat of either +2 or +3. And for example, here's one of my pieces. I was able to get a +3 stat of combat morale on this infantry piece. Increasing your combat morale from the Tempest arm pieces really helps a lot, but it's not the only way to do it, and also not the main way. Doing it through the Tempest arms does require luck, and then the increases are quite small, and they're also specifically linked to the hero that's wearing that particular piece. So if you're not using that hero, you're not getting any combat morale. So let's get into the main way to increase your combat morale, and it's not going to matter which Tempest gear is on your heroes. Let's get into it.
This is where the magic happens. Right over here.
Combat morale from collection sets. So let's take a look. Go to your Chief profile, click the Collections button, and then click Collection Sets. And these are all the different collection sets available currently that you can upgrade to increase your combat morale. But a special note, the ones at the very end to the far right are a little different, and I will talk about that at the very end of the video. To better understand, let's dissect the entire collection sets section as we work towards how to unlock combat morale. If you own permanent versions of pieces within a set, you will first begin to unlock the set piece bonuses, depending how many pieces you have so far. As an example, I like to show you a set that I have not fully unlocked yet even, the Lucky Bunny Ears set. I am still missing one of the HQs. So I have all the pieces unlocked except for that one. So that's why it's grayed out. But even with that, I am still getting some extra stats from this set, even though I haven't gotten all of them. If you click the second tab where it says rewards, you can see which set bonuses you have so far. Having 3 of them, you get the 2% troop defense, and having 5 of them, you get the 2% troop attack. If you have all 6, which I still don't, that's why it's got the lock there, you get the 3rd stat of the defense amplification. And then down at the bottom is where we can see the possible combat morale that we can get from this particular set when we raise it to these different tiers. And that's what we'll talk about right now. Let's take a look at the Lion Drummer set. This is a good example because I have everything at least a level 1 except for one item, which is the HQ skin. So I've unlocked some set piece bonuses, but I haven't unlocked any combat morale. You can see it's locked there. So if I want to get some combat morale from this set, I need to raise the tier of this one right here. So I'm going to need another Lion Drummer HQ skin to be able to do that. And just to review, to unlock the first combat morale stat from any given set requires all the items be at least level 1. Just having the item isn't enough. Think of it as it's a level 0. You must obtain duplicate skins if you want to upgrade the tier level. Let's do another example. Let's see here. With the Soaring Dragon set, I have everything to at least level 1 except for those HQ skins. They're unlocked, but they're not to level 1. So I need to get 1 more of each of those skins to raise it, and then I'm going to get a nice whopping 20 combat morale from unlocking that level 1. And now you can see that I did end up upgrading both of those HQs, and that's why they have a number 1 next to them. I upgraded the tier, so now that they're all at least level 1, I've unlocked that nice pretty 20 combat morale bonus. Okay, let's do another example. This one we will do together. The Jungle Enforcer set. I currently have everything to level 1, so you'll see a 1 next to it. So I've already unlocked the first level, which gives the 20 combat morale. Let's make them all level 2, and we will get an additional 10 from this set. So I do need this HQ skin. I also need the little bird March skin, whatever that's called, winged something, and the frame, and the sentinel, that purple flower, whatever it's called. So we need to get all those to level 2. So I have the pearls. Let's do some shopping. Gotta get another HQ skin, and we need to also get the sentinel. There it is. And the frame. I think that's enough. And I already got the bird. Okay. Okay, so I have all those. I can raise the tier. Now we're level 2. Cool. And now we'll do the bird thing. Okay, great. It's level 2. And upgrade the frame. I have 2 of those. Now it's level 2. And the sentinel is now level 2, which makes my collection set, dun 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 dun, level 2. Yay! So now I have the second part unlocked now that says plus 10. So I'm getting 30 combat morale right now from this set. When you are starting out wanting to build up your combat morale, I would mostly focus on getting the sets you can to level 1, because the combat morale stat on level 1 is always the most. If you look at level 2 and on, it's less than the first level. Like this one, the March Festival, which is a great one to do. When you first get it to level 1, you get 16 combat morale, and then 8 after on each of the other levels. That's a great one. Vibrant New Year, this is a good one to do. Right away, at level 1, you get 16, and then following the other levels, you get 8. The Sakura Dream is another great one. That one's 20 right away, and then 10 each of the other levels. Another good one, the Jungle Enforcer. That's 20 also, and then all the other levels is 10. Soaring Dragon, also another good one. You get 20 right off the bat, and then 10 the following levels. Lycian Dream, that's a good one too, but the skins aren't as easy to find anymore. Also expensive. These other ones are, I mean, they're cheaper to get, but they're so small, like 4 combat morale at level 1, and then 1 or 2 for like the following levels. I mean, if anything, I wouldn't focus too much on these ones because the increases are so small, but getting them to level 1 doesn't hurt to start out with. That one's only 4 to begin with, and then all the other levels are 2. I'd like to leave you with some recommendations of sets to work on. I would give the Sakura Dream and March Festival priority because they both start at level 1 with 16 combat morale, and all the subsequent levels are 8. That's pretty good. Also, these ones are skins that are pretty readily available in almost every skin event that comes up in the little shops. They're reasonably priced. And also on these two, the HQ skins, there's 2 HQ skins in each of these sets. One is like the basic and one's like a premium. You can combine, do the crafting of 2 of the lesser skins to make the premium one. So when you're doing your shopping in the little store with the pearls, you can actually save pearls by buying 2 of the lesser skin when you need to make the premium one. I think it's like 200 pearls you'll save. Hey, it's something. But I recommend those for that reason. I would start there. Number 3, the Vibrant New Year. That one is nice. The skins are also usually available, and it starts with 16 combat morale, also at level 1, and then the subsequent levels are 8 combat morale. Number 4, I would go with the Jungle Enforcer. That one is recent, so at least at the time of this video, there's stuff in the shop right now, as well as I think in future shops they're going to put that in there. And it does give you 20 combat morale at level 1, and the subsequent levels are 10. So that's pretty nice. Number 5, I would say the Soaring Dragon, also because usually those items are available in the shops. It does start with 20 on level 1, and subsequent levels are 10. And last I have listed is just basically doing only level 1 of the lower value ones. So that's like your Lion Drummer, Summer Vacation, whatever that one's called with the Ferris wheel. All those kind of ones that basically it's like it's unlocking 4 combat morale at level 1, and then the other levels are like 1 or 2 more. But I would just stick with just unlocking the first level of those ones. It gives you a little something, and they're pretty cheap to do. Okay, now for the part I said I would mention at the end of the video. The skin sets that are the type that give you the special circle effect, and there's also like a rally march skin you get from them, those you cannot upgrade, which also means, unfortunately, you cannot get any combat morale from those. These sets are located at the end of the collection sets section. If you scroll all the way to the right, they are the ones obtained from special events like Migo, Doomsday, the Path of Water tournament. Here they are. You do not get any combat morale. And as you can see, there is no rewards tab like there is on the other ones, which means you don't get combat morale. You just get collection points, which help your collector level, but there is no way to upgrade the tier on these items. Whether you're free to play or you do some spending, commit to only buying the items needed to level up the tier of a specific set. You have to be really targeted. Flawless pearls will stay in your backpack. They don't get recycled. So keep saving them until you're able to purchase the remaining skins that you need to get all the items in a single set to level 1. And then you can start unlocking some combat morale. So start saving those pearls and get started. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope to do more videos soon. Thanks. Bye, guys.